Hey, I'm Flavio, il Meeple con la camicia, and welcome to this new episode where I'm going to give you a preview of a game that is going to be on Kickstarter. And I'm going to talk about Escape Room Tycoon, a game where we are not going to escape an escape room, but we are building escape rooms, we are managing them, and drive customers crazy while they are trying to escape an escape room. This game, by the author Gianluca Torrente and produced by Creative Gem, who sponsors this video, is a competitive game for 1 to 4 players that is going to be on Kickstarter on this date. Now let's take a look at how it works without going through all the rules, then we come back and I'll tell you what I think. A game of Escape Room Tycoon lasts 4 rounds in which players do their action in turns. During your turn, if you have cubes of your color still available, and after you have checked if your rooms can be unlocked, you must first choose one customer from this area of the board and place it on a group tile. Then you may obtain the bonus listed on the space where you took it. They can be resources, overtime cubes, advancements on the tracks, money, play a card, or move your room counter on the time wheel. After that, you must perform an action placing cubes in the space of your color and choosing between the 2 possible options. But there are some twists. You must place 1 cube plus a number of cubes based on how many spaces are containing other cubes, including yours. In this example, you have to place 4 cubes. 1 plus 1 for each of the 3 spaces already with cubes. If you do not have enough cubes, you can do an end of the round action. You basically do the action anyway, using all the cubes you have, but at least 1 in your color, because during the game you can also obtain these black cubes to enhance your possibilities, and then, after your turn is ended, you must pass until the next round. Moreover, you can choose to use exactly 5 cubes when performing an action, and choose 2 options, also 2 times the same. After you have performed your actions, more on those in a minute, if at least 1 group tile is full of customers, and you have a valid room to host them, and you have a master available, you can take them in. Keep in mind that your rooms by default can host a maximum of 3 customers. First, you activate the booking bonus of the chosen master, rotating it 90 degrees to indicate that it's busy. Then choose an empty room to host the customers, and place this tile to indicate that the room is taken. Now you gain money and popularity, which are victory points, based on the room and the number of customers, following this chart here and the reference card. In this example, you are hosting 3 customers in your yellow mystery room. You obtain 2 money and 5 popularity. Because there are 2 yellow customers who love mystery rooms, you gain 2 more popularity. Now you have to place the room counter token on the wheel clock to indicate for how much time the room will be taken. Generally, you must place it on the space with the red lock, but because you hosted 2 yellow customers in your yellow mystery room who are known to be really good at solving its riddles, you can move the counter clockwise 1 space per customer of that given color. Do you see that green lock? Well, when 1 or more of your room counter tokens are in these spaces, you can choose to free those rooms up, removing the tile on those rooms. And if your counters pass over the exclamation mark, they automatically free up, and you can also activate their abilities. Now let's take a brief look at the actions. Here, in the marketing and communication area, you can add 1 customer to a group tile taken from the supply without any bonus. Or you can take 1 of the review cards from the display. This will give you bonus popularity at the end of the game based on the condition listed. Moreover, you can increase the interest in a particular room, placing these tiles over and gaining the bonus. These tiles will increase the money customers will pay for that given room. In the research and development area, you can add more rooms to your player board. Choose the one you like, pay the resources listed, and place it in an empty space on your board adjacent to an already placed room, also paying the cost you are covering. Then you obtain the room's popularity and the connection bonus between the room you have placed and the one already there. Finally, you can activate the room's ability. During this action, you can also do these money and resource conversions. With this action, you can improve your room. Choose a tile from the ones available, of the same color of one of your rooms without an improvement, now that room has an ability, like hosting up to 4 customers. When you choose this action, you can also advance 1 space on the human resources track and gain the bonus you moved on. This track will also give you popularity by the end of the game if you ended up over these last spaces. In the additional service area, with this action, you can add new activities to your player board. Choose an activity tile and place it in these spaces starting here and then following the lines. Pay the money and resources indicated and obtain the bonus. Remember that you can buy or exchange resources. These are certificates that allow you to choose an ability among these and that you can use for the rest of the game. You can also choose to spend 6 money to find the tile you want in the stack, because at the end of the game you'll be rewarded with bonus popularity for tiles of different types. This action allows you to host a party in any empty room, gain 2 money, use an available master if you want to obtain the party bonus, and place this tile on the chosen room. This will be taken until your next turn. When you choose this action, you can also advance 1 space on the accounting track and gain the bonus you moved on. This track could also give you popularity by the end of the game if you ended in one of these spaces. When the last player in turn order has done their actions, the time wheel rotates for everyone. By the end of the round, when every player has passed, you score for majorities in the 3 action areas. Who has the most cubes here will go first in the next round, and so on. Who has the most cubes here, based on the player count, will activate 2 rooms, the second most only 1, and the third obtains 1 yellow resource. Here players will obtain money based on their cubes, also based on player count. After a brief preparation, you are ready for the next round. After the 4th round, players gain popularity based on these things. First of all, for each majority that you win, you score 5 popularity. Then the players score for the 2 tracks if they ended in the last spots. The players score for the majority of interest on the rooms on their player board based on this chart. The set collection of activity tiles, the popularity from the review cards, 1 popularity each 5 money, 1 popularity each resource. The player with the most popularity wins. Obviously, this is a prototype, so illustration, graphics, it's all subject to change, and so I cannot speak about the quality of the components. Let's see how it goes, but I quite like the illustrations. The theme is interesting, because it's not the usual thing where you have to escape an escape room. Here we are behind the curtain, trying to manage all what concerns managing an escape room. And I also like the mechanics, the fact that you have to place 1 cube more than a player present in that specific action. That reminds me of Cold Baron, one of my favorite games because of that action selection. And the fact that with few actions you have an interesting and deep game. Another interesting thing about the mechanics is the fact that when you choose something, maybe an action, maybe a customer, you are potentially helping other players. So you have to choose wisely what you have to do during your turns to try to balance what you need and what the other players need. During your first play you will have a lot of information to digest. But then this is not a game too complex. It runs quite smoothly after the first play, but for this is not a game for everyone. We are talking about a medium-heavy game here. In this game there is a lot of interaction, definitely enjoyable but not destructive. The action you choose, the customer you choose to put on a tile, probably advantaging some other players, maybe taking that review card that you need, yes, but probably that players needed more, improving the quality of the rooms for every player. So there is a lot of interaction. It's not direct, but there's a good amount of interaction. As for the replayability, it's quite good, but I know that during the campaign more stuff will be unlocked. By the way, this is a deep game, and there are lots of strategies to pursue. So if you like particular themes, if you like deep strategy games, and if you want to support an Italian author, go support the Kickstarter campaign, following the link in the description. So, this is it. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll answer as soon as I can. And if you want to support the channel, please give a like and subscribe to the channel. I am Flavio, il Maple con la camicia, and see you next time.